All right, hello. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully the audio is coming out well. I'm gonna switch back into the game right now. There we go. Oh man. Welcome everyone to another live stream. We're gonna get started in literally 2 minutes, which is when I actually schedule a live stream to be. Here's the thing. I was just testing this before camera. Like I was pretty much preparing the stream for an hour because I had just finished recording an episode of FPS and I had to switch all the mods and everything else and change the settings. I can't get ploppable asphalt on these roads to match colors anymore. I don't know. This is the first time I'm running Miracle Mile after the Park Life DLC. So, you know, that would have been all fine. Actually, I forgot to change the textures of the sand. Let's do that real quick because that doesn't look great. By the way, I got this mod that like sorts mods alphabetically, and it's the best thing in the world. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Let's switch to the Sinew sand, which blends in much nicer. Come on, there we go. But what I was trying to say before is that now I can't start the simulation. Here, let me show you. I keep getting this error. I mean, the simulation runs, but I get this error. And obviously, it's too late to fix it now, because it will probably take a little bit of troubleshooting to get it fixed. So I'm gonna have to play this whole live stream in pause mode and then figure out what the issue is after the stream. I was trying to quickly look at the output log to see which mod in particular it's failing. I disabled the mod that was failing, but apparently it's something else. Actually, let me double check that because it was prop fine tune that was bothering. Yeah, I don't see it here anymore. Maybe it's roads color changer. I don't know. Not sure. But obviously I can't. Oh wait, we're missing some roads in here. Wait, is this like what's going on here? This is much more strange than what I thought. These roads were what were these roads? I think we can rebear these back, no problem. That's very strange. Let's take a look at Ocampo here to see if... Whoa, these guys have no sewage nor power. What is going on here? Something really strange happening. I know I had like a hidden thing here in the corner. This is my secret. I mean, all of this seems to be functioning. There's no power here, but I don't care about that. Everything seems to have connection, I guess up until this point. Let me start the simulation real quick just to see if this gets fixed. No. Man, this was really a gamble, starting a stream with the game not fully operational. I know that I'm going to be able to figure that out, so I'm not too worried about starting detailing them all. Just as I'm trying to record this, but I do apologize that I won't be able to show you the simulation. I guess I could just play it a little bit, but in any case, that's those are the things that I'm dealing with right now. It's not a huge deal. So let's just start by doing the usual round of everyone spamming the chat. Saying where you're from. So city and country, please. And I'll do my best to actually take a look at chat. New trainee, hi Strictoster, how are you today? I'm doing mostly okay aside from this little issue here. Let me know how the audio levels are, because they're kind of screwed up on my end, but hopefully it's not too bad on your end. Threes, how's it going, man? Yeah, that is indeed a shitty situation, quite literally. So we have people from Utrecht, Netherlands, Antwerp, Belgium, Warsaw, Poland, Heidelberg, Germany, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, nice. Ocala, Florida, Stockholm, Sweden, nice. I was just there a couple weeks ago. actually a week ago. Bangkok, Thailand, London, UK, Corona, California. Oh, you're a bit of a neighbor of mine. I mean, compared to the people in London, I'm still like an hour away from Corona, but Cologne, Germany, nice. Joring, Denmark, I hope that I pronounced that correctly. Miami, Florida, Finland, Philly, and Pennsylvania, nice. Bern, Switzerland, Warsaw, Poland. Wow, a lot of people from Europe. I guess most of you are about to go to sleep, so hopefully you can catch most of this stream. St. Louis, Missouri, nice. Ulm, Germany. Oh man, that Romanian town. I don't think Cluj Napoca, Romania. Hoping I'm getting that right. Vienna, Austria. A lot of people from Germany. Concordia, Entre Rios, Argentina. Nice. Helsinki in Finland. A lot of people from Sweden too, from Belgium too. Man, I can't keep up. Sorry, I'm gonna skip a few. Oklahoma, USA, Norway, Preston, UK, Mount Laurel, New Jersey, Memphis, Tennessee. Nice. Shanghai, China. How are you watching this in Shanghai? I guess you must have a VPN, huh? All right. A lot of people from Italy too, from Russia. That's so cool. A lot of people from Argentina too. Nice. What city are you from, Strict? I'm in Los Angeles, California. All right. So what I had planned for this live stream, and actually, you know what? Before I get started, let me just let's go into cinematics so that we get rid of all the crap that's on the screen. Just wanted to sort of update everyone on what's going on with Miracle Mile, because I think we're pretty close to finishing this. And when I say pretty close, I mean we're like 10, 20 hours of actual work from finishing this. The scope that I had planned is pretty much completed. Or not pretty much completed, but like almost there. I could keep going forever, of course, but that was not the idea when I came up with this project. And the thing is, I'm planning on doing a few things in the channel that will take quite a bit of time and require a lot of like off-camera work. I'm planning on doing a big rebranding on the channel soon. I've been tweeting about that and been getting a lot of mixed comments from people, mostly negative, but it's just something that I really want to do because, you know, I like to have fun, and that's something fun for me. It will be a good update to the channel, trust me. But I'm also planning on working on a few special videos that require some planning. Some will actually go out. There's going to be a big QA that I'm editing right now that should be out hopefully next week. And then there's going to be a PDX Con vlog coming up the week after, if all goes well. I'm also going to be vlogging from E3 in a couple of weeks, so that's pretty exciting. This is the first time I'm going to go to E3, even though I'm like only 40 minutes away from where they usually host it, but this time I got a pass, so that's awesome. So, and also I'm going to be covering a few games, and coming up with a few videos that, like, actually I can't talk much about those right now, but hopefully you'll enjoy them. I think you will. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing them. I certainly will. Let me see if I can fix this while I talk things, because we need to make progress here. I wonder what the hell happened here. This is so strange. Space already occupied. There's nothing here, right? No, there isn't. Was this the road that was there? 2-lane road. By the way, I have Park Life up in this save here. Let's take a look at this real quick. This is not the road that I had. I think it was network extensions, but network extensions was actually fixed. Unless somehow. I'm here. Let me just take a look at this. What if I upgrade this to 3 lanes? I mean, that sort of works. This is very strange. Let me go check network extensions real quick, because I know it was updated. It was broken, but it was updated, and I'm subscribed to it. Yeah, and I've been using it in FPS, no problem. Like all the issues that the new DLC caused were actually fixed. And anyway, in any case, sorry. What I was saying before about the future of Miracle Mile is the fact that I'm probably going to be streaming the rest of it. Maybe we'll do another episode or two, but mostly I'm going to be working on live stream projects. First of all, because I don't stream as often as I want to. Like I enjoy live stream quite a bit. let me actually do this. By the way, this new Move It feature where you can like right click and rotate 45-degree angles is amazing. I can't stress enough how awesome that is. Yeah, let's do that. That's actually not too bad. We have some traffic lights there that I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. That we can get rid of those. So yes, I keep changing subjects. I do apologize for that. So yeah, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna be streaming FPS. Sorry, I did stream FPS. I'm gonna be streaming the rest of Miracle Mile. And come on, let's just get it right where it was. That seems about right. Everything's kind of matching. I like that. And hopefully by the end of June, we'll have a new branding on the channel, and and also, you know, another thing is that I want to start a new series that I've been planning for quite some time. In fact, I started planning the series after this one, before I started working on this one. This one, I thought it was a nice like buffer between Xenu and another big series. So that one is going to require a lot of pre-planning. Let me get rid of these traffic lights here. Switch traffic lights. There we go. Boom, done. And let's get rid of them here. Actually, can I only get pedestrian thingies? No, that's fine. No worries. I'm not sure about the dirt here. Let's see if we can bring this just a little bit closer there. Man, this is really, I don't know what happened here. That looks about right. I'm scared of starting the simulation again. Can you give us a hint to what the new series will be about? The only hint I can give you is it's a theme that I haven't done yet. That's all I can tell you. And it's gonna be a little bit. I can also tell you that it's gonna be an urban, like dense kind of city. It's not gonna be a huge city, but it's definitely gonna be more dense than Xenu, for example. But it's not gonna be quite as expansive as Cedar Valley, I guess. I mean, I like to keep my scopes, like the project scopes from now on, like relatively not small, because this one's going to be pretty big, but like not, I'd rather not spend a whole year working on a project, because I get burned from it, and I don't know, it's just not as fun from what I learned on doing these kinds of videos. So hopefully we can keep it. Let's actually get rid of all of this. Yeah, no, I don't like that either. Let's see if we can improve this. Yeah, that's all I can tell you for now. You know what I can do here, actually? Which would make more sense? Like, bring this curve right up against the other curve. Let's take a look at that real quick. Also, we got all these not traffic lights, just the... No, you know what? No, that doesn't seem like a good idea, actually. I mean, this is what I was thinking, but I'm not sure I like it. It's a bit too extreme, I think. Or is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, let's undo that. I mean, the issue is now that we have these jagged edges here that I'm not a huge fan of. If I get rid of absolutely everything, though, which is how it used to look like, I guess I could just do that. That sort of blends in a little bit better. I'm not going to lie. Except here. I want that to be paved. So that, let's actually move this node up in here. Sorry if I get too focused in the game. I'm going to try to read chat after I've done chunks of things. Unfortunately, I don't have Jay here with me today to do a co-host and read questions and answer them for me while I actually build things. That's, I guess, the only downside of live streaming. I really need to turn autosave off because it's so slow. There we go. Yeah, let me move this gently like that. Move this one here. And wow, there's a lot of bushes on that one cluster. And now we're gonna move this back where it was. And I'm happy with that. All right, let's see. With this level of detail, why don't you just start level design? I mean, except the road tool, you're just placing assets. I would love to see doing some level design and learning at the same time. So I used to do like maps for Counter-Strike back in, I don't know, it was like Counter-Strike 1.3, 1.4, like a long time ago. I think I did that up until like Counter-Strike 1.6. It was fun, but I mean, sure, yeah, I can do all of this and like 3D Studio Max or Maya or any, like, even SketchUp. There's still some, the game does add some aspects of it that makes it worth still playing in game and not just straight up to use a 3D editor. Plus all the assets that people make, like, I still want to use those. So I don't know. I like this as a design tool as it is. I don't really need anything more powerful than this. Just as a concept, I think this works. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. I would love to do level design more, but like actual level design. But I think this is much more fun for now. Level design, I think there's like a big learning curve that I need to overcome, and not necessarily motivated to go across that line. Let's see what else. The frame rate is painful to watch. Yeah, dude. I guess I can just do that. It will be a little bit better. But yeah, since the update, it has gotten a little bit worse. And this map in particular has a ton of assets here. I can show you. I mean, it only has 1,300 props, but they're mostly around this area anyway. So, okay, so let's continue the work. So this is what I have planned, just to give you some perspective of what I'm going to be working on during this live stream. I want to start detailing all around the mall, pretty much around this whole area. And I just want to get, work on the sidewalks. We're going to get rid of this nasty thing I did, like, on one of the first episodes. We're going to make the AMC active, so we're going to remove all the fences, and we're going to put those fences on other stores that are closed. But, at the end of the day, the only shops that will be open will be the Best Buy, the DMB that's over here in case you haven't seen it. Oh, wait, we're missing assets here. Wait, what's going on? Something bad's going on here. Oh man. Yeah, we're missing a lot of assets. We're missing brushes. Hang on, this is not actually now I'm scared. I think God damn it. I think I need to really address this. We're missing a lot of assets. We're missing the brushes too. Let me quickly check. Oh, you know what I can check? I can check the loading screen mod log, which should have information on missing things. But I mean, all of these like mods that I have here, I've tried them in FPS like 2 days ago, and it was fine. So I don't know what's going on. Just give me a moment here. I'm gonna try to get this sorted out. Where are the reports from loading screen mod? I can never find them. Loading screen mod. There we go. All right, Miracle Mile. Let's see. Assets that now were found. Duplicate assets. All of these look good. Yeah, everything seems to be fine here. Like, I'm looking at the error. Sorry, I'm not. It's not the most fun live stream if I'm like looking at another screen trying to figure things out. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Let's do something. I'm gonna quit the game just for a second. I'm gonna reload an older save just to make sure that everything is working. Let me switch back to that for a second, because now I'm scared of working on this save and having some issues, because I did save this from an error state save, if that makes sense. So maybe you should revert back to the immediate previous one where, I mean, it looks pretty much the same, but man, it's missing some very specific assets, which I'm kind of worried about. Let's see, like the DMB signs, yeah, I'm not subscribed to those, probably because these are not in the collection. That actually would explain that. So let me add that real quick. This is what happens when you ask for signs like from asset creators, and they have them unlisted, so you really can't add them to the list. Let's see. Let's take a quick look at the brushes, the concrete brushes. I think they're called Ultimate Fillers. Well, the game is still quitting, by the way. It takes so long to quit. Where is this thing? I think it's this guy. Let's see if I can find them. Let's play something else on this stream. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't have anything else to play, to be honest. I mean, I do have a few games, but embargo dates. That's all I'm gonna say. There we go. This is what I wanted. Oh yeah, I'm not subscribed to this. Wait, I think I'm not subscribed to most of the Link collections. That must be why. Let's make sure that I am. I did click on them like really quickly, so that must be what's going on. Just bear with me for one more second. The game loads pretty fast. Hopefully it's not too bad. So this collection I'm all subscribed. This one too. This one too. Yeah, the area fillers I was not. The mods. Let's take a look at that. All of that is subscribed. All of that is subscribed. All of that is subscribed. Network telling. Blah, blah. Is this one being updated? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm subscribed to everything else except for those two things. So let's try this again. Let's see what happens. If the simulation doesn't run, it's fine. Let me switch back to the game as soon as it starts. There we go. In the meantime, I can read more questions. What details does the mall need? From what I can gather there, only the DMB assets and some routes that were missing. I don't know what's the deal with that. Okay, now I'm getting an error. Options main panel, add user mods. What is this? I wasn't getting this before. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. So this is the save that I saved after the error, but let me go back to the previous one. You can see all of the FPS ones. Don't use me. I'm supposed to not use that. Untitled mod wasn't around when I last played. Started playing due to Park Life and Fluxion's new build as well. Inspiration from Strict Toaster. Thanks. My cities are still rubbish though. Yeah, I mean, you should look at my first cities, man. Everyone's cities were pretty awful when we all started. The more you keep doing things, the better you get at it. That's usually how it goes. You can get just changing objects here. You can get a pretty good idea on how long this takes to load, and maybe you can help me out finding out what issues might be happening here. I think Miracle Mile uses like 20 gigs of RAM, something like that. It's pretty heavy. I think my browser uses more than City Skylines though. Yeah, the landscaping menu is really slow after the update. There must be something. I don't know exactly. Samsung would probably know the answer to that. Actually, he's pretty good at figuring out. He came up with Move It. Sorry, with Find It, which deals with creating indexes of All of these, sorry, by the way, all these missing assets are on purpose. I specifically dislike many of these, so I just don't even subscribe to them. That's why. And there's like a lot of duplicated stuff and issues. Like these are normal. Don't break your save streak. Yeah, it's not gonna be broken. Trust me. It's just minor hiccup from the update. Though I should have tested this more in detail, I guess, before starting, and I did, and I thought it was fine, but apparently not. So, you know, I guess we'll fix it live. I guess you get to see a bit of the troubleshooting process of fixing up a save game as I go. Let's so yeah, what I was saying is landscaping menu is pretty slow. I don't know if there's some like some mod interfering with that. I mean, obviously there is, because if it works fine in vanilla, but hopefully that's something that can be fixed or addressed soon by a modder. And it's not a huge deal. You can still play the game without it. I kind of learned to avoid the landscaping menu as much as possible. Unfortunately, whenever you need to terraform, there's no way around it. But maybe actually that could be from the more not more beautification, but the extra landscaping tools might be the one. So maybe Bloody Penguin also knows the answer to that. I don't know. All right, 22.95. Okay, so here's another error, but I'm not too worried. Building themes. Okay, building themes. I know this mod is broken. So why do I have it? Let's just see if we can start the simulation. Well, now it takes a few seconds for me to even be able to. And in the meantime, we can load the preset on Ultimate Eye Candy. There we go. It's super bright, but hopefully we should be able to run it now. Hopefully, let's take a look at what was missing. So these roads are still missing. Everything else here it's not, so that's good. I wonder what these roads were. I mean, I'm sure it was like this. 2-lane one-way road. I'm pretty sure it was this. Let me just... But I don't remember them having this texture, like on the shoulders. So maybe is something else? I guess I can maybe try convert it to that. Something like that could work. The building themes error I'm not too worried about. I don't think that will necessarily break. Simulation, no, it didn't work. Let me try something here. It's possible that there is a vehicle trying to spawn, and after the game decides he no longer needs it, this error will be gone. Maybe that's not the case. Actually, you know what will help, maybe? If I just pause the game real quick, clear all the traffic. All right, so now we have no traffic. No, same thing. This is very strange. So these roads are gone. I don't know why. And this error keeps happening. I need to pause the game. The only way around this is to... There we go. So I pause the game, so that error is now gone. And I'm getting a lot of like sewage problems too. Like, I don't know what's up with that. And there's power shortages. Oh, and I opened the landscaping menu. Great. This is all going so downhill, it's not even funny. Let me see real quick here. I usually enter the landscaping menu just to get rid of the grid when zoning. I think I'm missing some trees here too. Could it be prop it up? No, I don't know. Man, these roads, I'm really... I need to actually go through like an old video and make sure, like, just figure out which those which roads are those. Like, it must be one of these, but it clearly is not. Bay Bridge, these are J's. Julian Suburban Street, that's not it either. I mean, it is really strange. I mean, I don't mind fixing this. I'm just hoping that I can fix the rest of the save, but at least I know that, yeah, I mean, I was just missing some assets here and there, and now we have the DMB and everything. I think we're fine. And if not, I'll redo all of this off camera, but at least I'll give you a good show. All right, let's just build stuff, because otherwise we're going to be spending a lot of time here. And actually, now that we're redoing this little bit, I kind of want to use this. I think if it's if it's better. So let's just do that. Hopefully by the next stream I'll be able to sort all this out. I mean, I obviously will, because I won't be able to sleep if I don't. But yeah, this actually looks much better. That way we can keep the dirt in the middle. I don't know why I didn't thought of this. Sorry, I totally forgot about chat. What mod of network extensions do you use? The first one or the second one? Because the second one, the most recent one, doesn't work for me. The second one is the one I'm using, and it's the only one that actually works, as far as I can tell. The first one doesn't work. Network extensions too, even if you look at the updated date, is working, unless it broke like between, you know, unless it broke it within the last 48 hours for some reason. But I was using it extensively in FPS. In fact, I streamed like 5 hours of FPS last Saturday and it worked. Let me just double check just to make sure that I'm not crazy. But let's see, network extensions. Network extensions 2 subscribed. It was updated May 24th. There's some troubleshooting here. There is like a guide on troubleshooting things, but I don't know how old that is. I never had to do any of that. There's some people complaining about this. I mean, that could be it. What else is in network extensions too that I may not have? I think all of these are network extensions, as far as I can tell. Right? I mean, these... yeah, this is the vanilla one, and all of these are not. I've been using network extensions extensively, and this is the only... This road right here is the only issue that I see. What's your frame rate on City Skylines itself with all the mods? Well, the mods don't really cause frame rate issues, the assets that do. And I mean, it really depends on the project. I have an average of 20 FPS, but if I look at, you know, the whole city like this, I get like maybe 5. The videos look smooth because I speed them up, so. But yeah, it was always like this. It's not like a new thing. Even in like 100% vanilla, once you have a large enough city, it all goes to hell pretty quickly. Will you make more video for Strict Toaster DOS again? No, I'm actually converting that into some other like experimental channel, which I guess it's what it always was. I already did a video explaining that. You can check out my second vlog and just look at the description of the video. There's timestamps there. I'm gonna say it in Spanish just real quickly. Si van al video, hice un blog hace varias semanas. Es mi segundo blog en el playlist. Si miran en los timestamps en la descripción, hay una parte donde explico qué voy a hacer con Strict Toaster 2. All right, that was it. Sorry about that. Let's actually connect this. And in the meantime, I'm gonna try to keep reading the chat. Actually not. I'm not too upset about how all of this is looking with these new roads. But I'm really curious to see what was causing this issue. And of course, this one is the wrong way. There we go. Great. I'm probably going to need to do some tweaking of this. Actually, I should have gotten the new network-based lines. They're great. I've been abusing them a lot in FPS. Let me actually see if I can just tweak this tangent here a little bit so that it matches the arrows to some degree. I guess, yeah, this were definitely different road types, so we'll have to do it manually. That's about it. You know what? Let me just raise these sunken decals just for the sake of having it look mildly okay. There we go. It's not too bad. Since the Park Life update of the game, the first network extension was obsolete. Need to sub to the new version on the workshop for the game to work. No, now the streets are zoning again. I mean, I was always subscribed to the network extensions too. Like I had that one for a while. The first one, yeah, has been deprecated a long time ago. But I know for a fact that network extension was working fine for me. It's just odd that this one segment of road is missing. I don't know what's up with that. The only different thing that I had on this particular save is that I enabled Park Life, whereas in FPS I didn't. Because I don't think neither Jay or Flux have it, just to be safe, I didn't. But it doesn't matter now, because we're going to get rid of this ugly sidewalk thing here. And we're going to do cool things. We're done troubleshooting. I'm pretty sure all the errors can be fixed and the save is not like broken forever. Famous last words. Wait, what road is this? I thought it was that one. Is it? Oh no, this is the parking lot road, if I'm not mistaken. Also, I said this many times, but you gotta keep all these network roads backed up manually, because if for whatever reason the asset creator, I don't know, someone like posts a mean comment and they get really pissed and they pulled everything from their workshop, we're all screwed. Like that's how you break your save. If someone pulls one of these network things out of the workshop, I think we're like totally doomed. Just so you know. It's always a good idea to keep a local copy of the assets. You can go do that in the in the city's Skylines folder. And which, you know, do as I say and not as I do would be. Well, I can't remember how that phrase goes, but yeah, I haven't done that. That's what I'm trying to say. But I should, and you should too, if you care about your save. Will you use any of the Park Life assets here? Yeah, actually, I was thinking of using these fences that came out. When I saw them, when I was putting together the trailer for Park Life, I was just using them a lot. And they are absolutely freaking, I mean, just look at this. This looks epic. And these are vanilla now. Here, let me convert that. So this is the theme park. This is the city park. This is the natural park, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And this one is the zoo, which I guess it converted the whole thing because I connected the nodes. They all look great. Even as for vanilla assets, they look pretty good. So I was thinking of using some of these like in various places around Miracle Mile, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let me first get rid of this ugly sidewalk here. I thought it was a clever idea, but I regret doing that. I mean, not that I spent a lot of time tinkering with it. This one, actually, I might leave here. It's a lot of trash collection problems, as you can see. Let's see. Entry road was a 2-lane, one-way road with trees. Ah, let's see. Wait, with trees? Really? I don't... That doesn't seem right. Hang on, let me... Actually, you know what? That's, I should probably, like, check this. It will take 2 seconds. I already spent so much time troubleshooting on camera. I might as well just spend, like, 5 more minutes. Probably not 5 more minutes, but, like, a minute checking, like, episode... What was it? Like, episode 3 when I actually did that? Let's go to my videos here. Episode 3, yes. Go to her Patreon page and oh yeah, I can hear my voice. I'm gonna mute that because no one wants to hear my voice. Let me skip right about here. You're right, it was trees, but I think I changed that later on. I wish that I can easily show you this. Just skipping through things. There we go. No, it wasn't. It is not the trees. I mean, I started with that, but I changed it to something with like... Oh, man. Actually, I don't think I captured that on camera, but I think it was like this one. Except this one looks different now. It didn't used to have these, I mean, I can just quickly try it, but... It was this, but without the white lines on the edges. But you know what? I'm gonna keep this because this one looks nice. It actually blends in better. I'll definitely go through future videos. It was definitely, I mean, I started that on episode 3, but I literally changed it. So, you know, I guess on some of the on some episode that I... Here, let's do this. We're gonna really screw things up here. I'm gonna add a monitor capture, and this is gonna be really browser. Sure. Yeah, no, that's not. This is just dumb. I just wanted to add a screen capture. Let me remove that. Scene 2. This is really display capture. Here it is. Ooh, okay. I want the other one. There we go. Great. So now I can hopefully do this and show you things. Let's go full screen here just to be safe. You could just see my entire thing. Okay, so let's look at this together. I think on this episode, I just did a thing. Let me just skip through a little bit of this. It could have been the episode before this one, if I'm not mistaken. Unless it will maybe show in the cinematics. Can't believe we're doing this like City Skylines archaeology. It's so ridiculous. Come on, dude, just give me a cinematic of the thing. It's like that over there. What about here? No, stupid. That's a different thing. Let me go back. to my channel. Here we go. Yes, you can see everything that I'm subscribed to. So 5.5. So this was a live stream. So maybe during this live stream I showed it. Just trying to skip. No, that was probably not it. Episode 5 maybe. I did add a lot of trees on this one, and this is when I added the stupid. Oh wait, just here it is. Okay, so it is this road. Let's see if I can get a shot of me putting them down. We're almost there. We're almost there. If this video doesn't have it, I'm just gonna give up. Yeah, this is the whole thing right here. Let's look. So it is this one. It's this type of road. Yeah, I didn't include it in the thing, but it's crazy. I don't know why that one is missing. But it's fine. Let's just switch back to the game. I mean, it was clearly on this menu. I think there's some missing here. I mean, this one has the trolley. It's almost as if I'm missing the network extensions from here, unless it's like built-in assets, Steam Workshop, user-made assets. Yeah, I think we're missing the network extension ones from here. Let's try to maybe use... it must be like one of these, maybe? I mean, obviously, if it's missing, it's because I don't have it. It's pretty obvious at this point. That's FPS. All right, whatever. I give up. Minute 12:20 of episode 5. You can see the road in the cinematics. Yeah, that's what I was just showing, but I still don't know which one those are. I just made a mess under my desk here. Sorry, I just dropped my little bench. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's continue. Did we get rid of all the stupid marble-looking things? We did. Sweet. Let's start by changing the brightness here because it's way too bright. Let's make it that late. All right, let's get rid of the fences here. God damn it. Let's bring the AMC back. Shouldn't be too hard. There it is. We might need to nudge it in place. Just want this to like align here. Actually, I don't think I need to. I could just bring it up farther enough. Because I want this like security door to not have that curve. So what I can do instead is maybe, but I want this to like flush against the wall there. And let me just select prop here. There we go. It's actually not too bad. In fact, I can get rid of this one now. Boom, done. That looks nicer. Can't complain about that. Okay, so I do want to continue this pattern here. So I want the doors to have this tile work. So let's do that real quick. The one thing I don't like about the new Move It is that when you're in box selection mode, it looks like you're in item selection mode, like individual thing selection mode, and it's like I'm clicking on the thing and copying and pasting and doing things, and I later realize that I'm not really selecting anything. So I need to maybe message Sam about that, see if it can improve the UX of the thing. Let me try to center this as much as possible and see if I can get this other decal in place. Also wish that there's a mod that gets rid of this like huge circle around the assets. Like I want all assets to have like a tiny, like reasonable selection radius. Because this one obviously is blocking everything around it, and I can't quite just select anything. Let's manually search for this. Ooh, we have the new tiles from Parklife here. This one is interesting. I actually haven't seen this before. There was only a few that were available when I recorded my video. This one is pretty old. This is the one I'm looking for. Oh, which comes in a larger format version. I like that. Let's try to align it as much as we can. Come on, you got it there for a second. There we go. There we go. That's not too bad. Network extensions 2 removed one road, if I'm not mistaken. It was called cul-de-sac. Yeah, and I didn't know that, but it wasn't a cul-de-sac. All right, so I'm gonna take this right up against, right to the edge, of this curve here, and there is a curved version of this, if I'm not mistaken. There it is, there we go, and we can just rotate it like that. And I think we might need to like double that just so that it looks a little bit nicer. Man, this music is weird. Let me change this to something more appropriate. Let's try this. Oh, that's loud. There we go. It's more appropriate. Is City Skylines your favorite game you've ever played? Even more than childhood games? Hang on, this is destroying my eardrums. There we go. It's definitely on the top of my list. And it's certainly the game that I play the most. According to Steam, I put in over 1,800 hours of this game. I think Half-Life will still be my ultimate favorite game because it's the one I pretty much grew up on and I customized crap out of. Like Half-Life 1. It was like the first game where I was like really into like modding things. But I guess City Skylines is a close second, don't get me wrong. Yeah, sorry if I destroyed everyone's eardrums there. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. All right, we're gonna add a few more of these decals here. I guess I should probably just grab the one type of decal, put all that down, and then worry about the other ones. Only 1,800 hours? Yeah, is that too little? I know some people have put like 3,000 hours, but you know. I only play for recording videos. Everyone keeps always, and I mentioned this in the live stream before, but everyone keeps asking me like, oh, how do you have the patience to do all of this? And the reason is that, or I think the reason is, in my case, because due to the fact that I make videos of this, it's like, you know, there's a lot of you that are expecting progress on the project, and that keeps you like motivated to keep working. If I was playing this just for me, I would probably get bored. Like if I wouldn't share this with anyone, and not necessarily making videos, but let's say I don't know, I have a belt log on some Troubleshooting or something like that. if I didn't share anything with anyone, if this was only for me, yeah, I would probably like get bored way quicker than any other game. How is this door even? Oh, I added a lot of crap here on this thing. Interesting. How did you change your overlay at the bottom? Is that a mod? Yes, this is the extended info panel mod. You have no idea how many times I got that question. I think that's probably because the guy who made the mod should maybe work on the tags or something like that, because that's a very recurrent question. By the way, if I miss, and sorry for the shameless self-promotion, but if I miss a question or something I really want me to answer, super chat is enabled, and I can guarantee I will answer 100% of the super chat questions, as long as they're reasonable questions, of course. Like, if you ask me, like, hey, what's your ATM PIN code? I may not be able to answer that one. Though I guess I can just give you a fake answer too. That would probably work, right? Just notice that there's 2 doors here. Let's make an opening for these. I'm noticing that the game is a little bit laggier than usual too, which I'm not a fan of. That won't stop us from having fun, I don't think. Wow, that's actually looking much nicer, huh? It looks like it's not a throne building into the mix, and though I might maybe, what if can you erase this just slightly to get rid of this seam here? It kind of like messed up with the thing. You know what? I'm gonna bring this down. Oh, it's saving. What's your pin streak? I mean, that's not a super chat, so I'm not gonna like answer that. Another question that you asked at the start of every stream. So I am from the island of Brexit. I love the island of Brexit. Been there a couple times. I'm sorry that it's Brexit though. Why can't I want to like make this disappear. Let's do that. There we go. Guess I could just do that. There we go. That's not too bad. All right. Let's keep adding. So, okay, this needs to be a different texture now. And I need to figure out on how to like deal with that curve. I think I have an idea on how to do that, but just bear with me for a second here. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna use this smaller tile texture instead. We're gonna add one that's aligned at that angle. It's not gonna look perfect, but close enough. I'm trying to keep the curved texture to be exposed, so that gives it a bit more pizzazz, if you know what I mean. Can you do a quick tour of Miracle Mile? Because I turned it into the series so late. Sure. Let's do a quick tour for everyone who's just joining. Where are we? Yeah, so this is Ocampo, a city that I built on my Spanish experiment of a channel. We haven't done any of this during Miracle Mile, just so you know. I think I'm missing some trees here. I'm definitely missing some bay assets too. Man. Yeah, there's some more missing here. I think this whole area was covered with other things. There's this beautiful train that runs through the middle of downtown, just so you know. I don't think there's anyone any single train running right now. But it happens. It works. I use Move It to sort of clip things together. It is laggy as hell, I know. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so zooming out, this is the mall. Miracle Mile was pretty much this whole area right here. What was built in the series. So the first episode was working on this interchange. Let me zoom in here, show you some of the detail. I wish that I could start the simulation, but I'm having issues with mods. I'm telling that to the people who are just joining. Where are the new Gramercy episodes? I don't know. You have to ask Beast Kugelhausen for that. Gramercy is not my series. All I did was just 2 guest episodes. After that, it's no longer my responsibility. Then on episode 2, we did this spark right here in this bridge, if I remember correctly. Just quite a bit of that. This whole area is pretty detailed. I feel like it's also significantly brighter than usual. Let me bring there we go. That looks much nicer. I kind of rushed the LUT and the look and feel in this series. I'm planning on doing something a bit more intense for the next one, just so you know. I am aware of the things that I need to improve. So this is episode 2, I think, where we did this beautiful park that overlooks the river. And we have this concrete wall here. Man, I love this asset so much. So good. And then if you follow the bike path through the forest, you get to a McDonald's. So you can replenish all the lost calories and gain a lot more than you needed. Or I guess you can get a healthier snack at the Stricto Cafe. That's also probably not a bad idea. Is Spanish your main language? Yes. Or I mean, sí. Is this a reference to the Randall Park Mall, since it says in the description abandoned mall? I don't know. I mean, there's so many abandoned malls all across the US. I'm not familiar with Randall Park. I don't even know where that is, but it is based on many abandoned malls. Just so you know. All right, I'm gonna keep detailing here. Hopefully that, unless you want me to show you any something specific, let me know. Yeah. So let's grab a few more of these towels. So we're going to be adding a few of these right up until the edge of the store. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. So, B. Squigglehausen is helping me out with some signs. So we have this one here, but this one is pretty old. We're going to be replacing this with a few signs. And in fact, I was trying to get them ready for this live stream, but he sent me all the assets so that I can create them myself. But it's I was getting issues, not mod issues, just like the textures were totally messed up, and he didn't send me LOD models either. So yeah, there was just a lot of issues. Actually, should probably check Discord real quick to see if he says well, I guess I will have to take care of that later, but he got back to me on that. Really don't want to have a third texture here. Let's just move these two closer together. There we go. Let's see if we can create a much more seamless texture here. Maybe cover that there. There we go. Yeah, so I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, the signs. There's going to be some custom signs made for the mall. I was hoping to show you those today, but that's not going to happen. Really curious to what mod is causing the issues. I'm sure it's something really dumb too. That's what I'm like the most, I guess, pissed off about. Have you seen your industrial demand? Yeah, I don't care about any of this. Just so you know, like this demand is just dumb. Doesn't work. Like this mall is going to be non-functional. All these assets are turned off. Everything that I do in City Skylines is mostly for aesthetics. The only reason why I maybe care about the demand is when I need vehicles to spawn in a very specific way. But other than that, I really don't care about the base game mechanics so much. I think they're a little bit broken, so it's really not worth the time. Though the next series that I'm planning on, it's here's another hint that I can give you. It's going to be pretty focused on transportation. So I am going to try to balance, you know, the usage of the roads and stuff. I mean, I'm going to have a larger population that I usually do in the kinds of projects that I make. So we're going to need some decent public transportation. Let's address this little gaps here somehow. I wish there was a curved version of this too. Actually, I guess I was using the other texture for curves. Yeah, I don't think that will make sense here. Maybe get rid of this decal here. This is a prop. By the way, I think King Lando is releasing a network version of this, which is very exciting. Pablo, I just shown the city like a second ago. You can rewind the live stream. How do I deal with this? Let me get rid of these two decals here for a second. I guess I could add the curved pieces, but then here, no, I'm not a huge fan of that. Let me select the smaller decal first. See if we can wrap up this tiny curve here using this. Yeah, no, this is not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna need the curve piece. There's no way around that, unfortunately. Hi, RGSM. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, it's so much easier with this one. Even though the bricks don't quite align, but it's a pretty convoluted texture anyway, so it kind of blends in without much work. And also, the shade of the color kind of matches the concrete underneath, so, you know, that helps sell the deal. Ooh, that's not a nice thing. Let's see if we can somehow lower the opacity so that it doesn't clip there. Come on. I have a solution for this, actually. If I just rotate it like this. Then I can have it match like that. There we go, that's nice. Okay, we're gonna need this one again. Should probably address this one over here as well. So something like that works, except this one, which totally doesn't work. Unless nothing. Let's just get rid of it and use the small one. And this one, that's not the one. I think this one might be a bit too big. We can just keep using the small ones just to hug this curve right here. Nice. All right, getting there. Just to be safe, let's do a quick save here. This would be, I guess, episode 9.5A. Strictoster, do you play Fortnite? I haven't. I hear it's a pretty popular game, but the last popular game that I played, just so you know, is Rocket League, and I didn't play much of it. Like, I played a little bit with Flux. Just like, instead of having just Discord conversations about stuff that we need to do, we're just playing Rocket League. That was fun, but I have not played Fortnite. I'm not like a real gamer, I guess, or at least I don't consider myself one. Like, every time I open up like my computer to do anything, it's like mostly related to YouTube stuff. Like, I pretty much, like, if I'm playing some other game, it feels odd. It feels like I should be recording that and sharing it with people. It's like a weird mindset that I'm in now. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I haven't bought a game in a while. Most of the games that I have, I've gotten from like developers themselves, so that's like a really cool thing about making YouTube videos. I get a lot of keys all the time for like awful games that no one will ever play. So I stopped adding them to my Steam list. I had so many already, but you know, I would say 70% of the games in my Steam list I'll never install. Nor were ever installed. Actually, here I think I could use the bigger ones. Yeah, let's do the bigger ones. To get the entire coverage. What song do you use for the FPS cinematics? It's called Westlake something. Just search Westlake Chill Hop and like Chill Hop Records, and it will come out. Do I need to cover that? I don't think so. Man, this is starting to look like a real thing. I like this a lot. It's coming out great. I'm gonna add some bollards too here on the entrance, and I still need to add some decals connecting to what used to be the appropriate parking lots of all these stores. We're gonna have some Miracle Mile signs here. That would have been amazing, but I guess we'll have to do that maybe in the next live stream. Or episode, whatever I end up doing. I think it's gonna be a live stream, probably on weekends, pretty much the same time as this one. How many gigs of RAM do you have on your PC? I have 32 gigs of RAM. And if you wanna see the rest of my specs, you can go to strictoster.com. That's I listed everything I have on that page. What would you want for the future of City Skylines DLC? I think there's been a lot of conversations about, and this is something Jay has been bringing up for a while, and I kind of agree that I would love to see that, is like something related to industry. So imagine like proper cargo capacities for trains and trucks and ships and planes, maybe that could potentially get some cargo accepted. This one is going to be at an angle here. It's not bad. Kind of clips through, but it should be fine. And maybe farms could actually be a bit more realistic instead of just like a tiny plot of land. Like farms in like vanilla farms look like, I guess, you know, given the aesthetic of the game, I don't expect any DLC to look more realistic. I'm sure they will look as realistic as they are. Like the Park Life DLC has some amazing assets, but only if you don't use them the way they're meant to. That's my opinion. I think it's worth buying it, but probably not worth playing it as it was, you know, quote unquote, meant to be used. But I guess I feel about that with everything in life. Just do your own thing. Like, it's cool if the thing is on, you know, by default is meant to be used one way, and that's like amazing, but that's usually, I'm more of like a DIY kind of person in that regard. Like try to customize everything to my very specific needs. It will be really tricky to satisfy everyone, to be honest. And I really don't mind DLCs all that much in general, as long as they're justifiable. I've bought almost all the DLCs lately since I've been talking with Paradox. I've gotten a few keys of DLCs that I didn't have, like the content creator ones. But if not, I pretty much bought all of them. I still think the base game is kind of awesome, and they do update things that even like us, and by us I mean part of the community who actually details the crap out of everything, can use. So, you know, it's a way of supporting them. Okay, this is the one I was using. So yeah, I don't know how much time we're gonna keep having with them releasing DLCs before they tackle a new version of the game. But again, and this is something that there's a conversation about this on the Schematics podcast. You should check that out, where they were talking about there was like two sides to the question, like whether or not Paradox should stop working on DLCs and focus on a new version of the game. And there was some good arguments on both sides. I think there's still going to be like at least another couple years of DLCs, and then hopefully we'll get to see a new version of the game. I talked about, I briefly mentioned, so I ran into Marina, who's like one of the creators of City Skylines, the other day in Stockholm, and she mentioned that she's ready to retire. Like, she made a joke about that, and I said, no, don't retire. First release City Skylines 2, then retire. And she laughed about it. That was it. Don't expect some like major announcements for me right now. But not that she said anything, but it was funny that they didn't really expect the success that this game had. So that kind of threw them off guard. I guess they had some milestones set for the game, but maybe they had to like really quickly adapt to this new demand. I think the best decision they made was to allow it modding from day one. That's what's probably going to keep the game active for many years to come. I mean, dude, SimCity 4 is still active to this day. It's crazy. It is really, really crazy. It came out in 2001, if I'm not mistaken. That's like a gazillion years, because I can't do math on the fly. Let's see. What do we do here? I think we're gonna integrate this. Just like so. I guess I don't know why I'm keeping these sidewalks with this texture. These shouldn't be. This is not part of the pattern. You guys are keeping me distracted with my rant about future DLCs. That's what's happening here. There we go. Cool. Let's see. T-Man42, hello. Big fan of your stuff. Thank you. And hello and welcome. My game takes like 3 or 4 minutes to save, and I thought this would be normal for high detail saves. Obviously, it's not. Yeah, no, I mean, for me, it takes like, I don't know, like 20 seconds, something like that. It's kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. Are you using, I don't know if loading screen mod will improve that. It might. Less Steam might as well. These are like essential mods that even if you play vanilla, you absolutely need, in my humble opinion. Let's do some concrete brushing here just really quickly, just to get rid of all that grass growing. Though, you know what? That grass growing might be a good idea. Not sure. Actually, kind of want to get rid of. I know we have some emergency exits there. Now I want to keep those active. Okay, let's continue adding the sidewalks on this side. We're not far from being done here. It's just pretty exciting. I think we might be able to hit 2 birds with 1 stone. No, of course not. You know, I'm not too sure about this like split here. Maybe if we add just like 1 here in the middle, might make a bit more sense. Because like, why would you split this off in 2 areas? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, the music has stopped. Let's play another one. Man, I would love to play some copyright music. This one is not bad, don't get me wrong, and I'm actually paying for it, so. It's all this music, by the way, in case you're interested, is by Epidemic. But the problem is that they're too short. I have to keep switching albums all the time. I think eventually I can switch to chill hop, but it gets a bit too repetitive. Can you say your favorite mod, asset, or decal? Is asset decal? Like, do you want me to say one or the other? My favorite mod, probably Move It. But I mean, I can't just say favorite mod because there's like at least 10 or 15 mods that I if those didn't exist, like I would not play the game. Like I simply refuse to play the game. So Move It is probably the #1 that I will refuse to play the game without. Find It is another one that's pretty basic. At this point, there's mods that I've been using for years now that I don't even remember what they do, but if they are suddenly turned off, like More Beautification. I don't even know if More Beautification is needed anymore because Find It and all that. But I think you know, there's features on some of those mods that if they're gone, you're gonna be wondering, hey, what the hell? I don't know if that answered your question. As far as decals, I guess, you know, pluggable asphalt is technically an asset, or the concrete walls. I'm hoping that we'll see more of those generic things that you can just use for everything. Really looking forward to that. This is looking interesting. Will you be playing the Jurassic World game? I'm planning on at least doing like a review video of it. Yes. And I can't really say much because I haven't like. I've been talking to someone that is not part of the City Skylines community, and maybe doing some sort of collab on that game, but it hasn't. We haven't really talked details on it. And honestly, I just want to try the game first before I commit to doing anything in that game, because it's definitely more of a management-oriented game than it is like, you know, sandbox detailing, which is what I've been playing. But from what I've seen on the game, and this is mostly from, you know, the review that Flux put together, or Silverrat, it certainly looks interesting. Even Surviving Mars is a game that I'm like trying to get a key from Paradox to play. I'm only in conversations with the people who deal with City Skylines, not Surviving Mars. But that game looks really interesting, even if it's purely a management type game. I guess the question will be to you: would you like to see me play Jurassic? What is it? Jurassic Park Evolution is the name of the game. Jurassic World Evolution. Sorry, that's the game. That's the name of the game. Where's the tile that I was using? Here it is. No, the other tile that I was using. Here it is. I started watching your channel before your SimCity Switch series. Oh my! Oh wow! I'm glad that you stuck around for that long, man. My videos there. I can't watch those old videos anymore. It's like, it's not like embarrassing. It's just like, feel like I keep criticizing, like, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that, if only I knew. Well, that's how I learned what to do after all these years of my channel's existence. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I'm thinking of rebranding the whole channel, because there's some shortcomings. Like, people kept asking me on Twitter why I wanted to rebrand the channel. I mean, again, like I said, the first main reason is because I like doing that. That's design work that I love doing. And I'm hoping to share some of the design process behind that too, if you're interested in that. If not, you can just not watch it. But I think it will be really interesting for a lot of people and might inspire others, especially people who run YouTube channels, to step up their game somehow. I don't know. The main reason, or one of the main reasons, is because the current branding has kind of like grown organically over time, and you know, I keep finding problems with it. It's not flexible enough as I want it to be. So if I want to add like lower thirds of a slightly different kind, like I have to like manually do something that's somewhat out of the visual language system, if that makes any sense. I guess it will make more sense once I actually do like a design process sort of video. But yeah, that's part of the learning curve, I guess, of doing videos on YouTube or whatever. This transition, I don't know. Should I do this? That actually kind of works. Let's see if we can tackle that curve here. This one is going to be tricky. Who's going to watch the World Cup and the new Jara? What's the new Jara? I mean, I'm definitely going to watch the World Cup for sure. That's like the only time when I actually watch like soccer. I like playing soccer a lot. I'm not a huge fan of watching it on TV unless the World Cup is on. In fact, I'm getting cable just to watch the World Cup. This one I think could go away, and maybe this one too, and maybe that one too. which is funny because I'm trying, like, I'm not gonna even go pick up the cable box. My internet slash TV cable provider, which is Time Warner. Actually, it's called Spectrum now. They have they just give you like a logging thing. I mean, you can get the cable box and connect it to your TV, but since I watch most of my TV on computers these days, especially when I'm at work, there's going to be a lot of games that will happen when I'm at work. Man, this curve is going to drive me crazy here. Let's do this first one. Yeah, it's too sharp. This is not going to work, I don't think, unless I do something like that, but it's kind of meh. Oh, I have an idea. Boom, done. This is how you fix stuff like this, or actually make it even more evident. There we go. Depending on the angle that you look at it, that looks good. That looks good. That's fine. Do you support Argentina? Well, yeah, as long as they win. Yeah, I'm mostly gonna be watching Argentinian games. What's your day job, anyways? Well, there's a video coming up on that. Hopefully this coming week. So I'm not gonna answer it now because I'm mean like that. No, I'll probably do a better job at explaining my job there. That's why I'd rather avoid answering that question. Would you enjoy playing some 3D visualization program like Lumium, like you do in Planet Coaster or CS, or is it too similar to your work? I don't do 3D work at all. I do UI work. And I'm not familiar with Lumion, so I tried modeling a little bit, and Biskuhausen was teaching me how to properly use Maya, even though I did 3D stuff before when I was in college, so I'm not like totally foreign to that. But I don't know, man. I like playing this as a game, not as a 3D tool. I know I could do all of this much more efficiently in Maya or 3D Studio Max or whatever, or AutoCAD, but I like this being a game. I don't know, there's just something about it that is more appealing to me. All right, let's try to address this curve here. I really hope I can recover the save after we're done with all of this, because this is going to take some work. I think that's mostly fine. You know what? No, this is not fine. Unacceptable. I am going to maybe use this here. But I'm going to use the smaller tiles. Do I have one here that I can grab? I do not. What about this one? That's a fence. I think these are bird monkeys, right? Yes. These are from $2.20 and Skibbeth series, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this one's gonna work much better, just due to the short nature of this asset. And I can have the lines sort of match too, so that helps. And I could just put that one there, and that's about it. And I mean, look, all these like imperfections, they're just gonna look a little bit better once you start adding props to the sides, like vending machines and trees and whatnot, and we're missing some curves. This random wall here, I need to figure out what to do there, because that's part of the, I think it's this wall that's clipping, but since this is the same building rotated, you know, that's, I think we can actually fence this out and put some like ASU equipment or something like that. Not fine, must be perfect. I know, that's what I keep fighting with myself on. every time I do anything. But, you know, that's another thing that I learned as you get old. Like, perfect is the enemy of getting shit done. So I learn how to curve my mind into, you know, making things good enough, which you would probably never even tell unless I point it out to you. Like if I left something that's a bit odd and just recorded the video and point the camera somewhere else, you would never notice it. Are you watching $2.20 Skip It Zosara series that these decals are from? Yes, I have. I haven't watched the whole series. I tend to jump in and out. They recently did an airport, and I watched that. But the thing is, I have very little time to actually watch other people's series. I tend to like at least click on the videos and skip through like at least the cinematics. Just because I enjoy that. That's like very eye candy and satisfying to watch. So I do that. But I don't like watch. There's not a single series that I watched like religiously. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Like, I may watch Jay's or Flux's series a bit more than others. And $2.22, I really like his stuff. But even sometimes I would just skip to cinematics. That's just it is what it is, unfortunately. Like, if I see something really cool in the cinematics that I'm like, oh my god, how did they do that? Which actually happens often. I would go, you know, rewind the thing and then just look at how they made it. All right, album is over. Let's check this out. Whoa, some crazy music here, but let's just see what happens. Deke for the win. Hey, man. Stop giving away industry secrets. No. You need to give away stuff. I love it when people share and are open about stuff. Like, it's fun. You learn a lot, and I love always learning about other people's workflows too. And I love sharing that because that helps you be a better, I don't know, professional, I guess. And in fact, it keeps you on your toes too. So like, if everyone's like steps up their game, which has been happening a lot since I started recording City Skylines, I feel like I need to like force myself to improve. So that's a good thing. You need to share more, be more open about everything. It's been proven time and time again that strategy works on all walks of life. I always love, like, okay, so what I'm going to say might be a little bit controversial, but I'm not, and this is like totally random too, but I'm not a huge fan of like magic shows. And the main reason is because I always want to see how they like do it, right? Like, I want to see the behind the scenes, and everyone I talk to tells me, no, the whole point of a magic trick is to not know how it's done, like just to be amazed by the illusion of it, right? But I always love this like show. It was on TV like forever ago when I was a kid. This guy like revealing all magic tricks, and I like that because he would like show you the shit that went in the background. And obviously, I don't think like magicians are a huge fan of that, but I am, so. I guess that's related to the part of sharing industry secrets is related to. Oh man, we're almost done on this sidewalk conversion project. Welcome to Sidewalk Simulator. How's everyone doing? Wow, we haven't dropped a lot of frames. That's good. That's positive. Avalon by Flux is looking really great. Yes, it is. It's really interesting project. I don't know how far he plans on taking that concept. Like, I mean, we talked about it briefly, but it's really interesting. I feel like he's already. I think he told me the other day that, I mean, I think he's a little bit ahead in terms of schedule, but he told me that the frame rate is already like really bad, like the worst he's ever experienced. Can we actually get to this with a larger decal? I think we might. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know if I like totally revealed other people's secrets by saying that. Hopefully not. I don't think he'll mind anyways. On the other hand, FPS, in case you're curious, we actually just put together 2 episodes really quickly, and we did a lot of work. The last live stream I did, which was like 5 hours, in case you haven't seen it yet, it's up on my channel. But after that, after I finished that, I put another 25 hours. Like I did like 30-hour episode, which was by far the longest episode I've ever done of anything in terms of production. But I managed to gain FPS because I ended up converting all the runways and taxiways. You're going to see that on episode 15. And I got rid of a lot of extra props that we no longer need. Let's see if we can address this, actually. That looks glitchy. But I don't think we can do much about that, unfortunately. Unless I somehow... Let's see if I can grab this segment and... I guess I could just do that. Yeah, that looks better than having the glitchy thing. There we go. Cool. Lumen is actually quite similar to playing CS. You just edit terrain, put down buildings. But is that like a game or like an architectural piece of software? That's the part that I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. Sounds interesting. I certainly want some aspects of the game. I kind of talked about that. Like I still want cars to drive around and go places with some sort of logic. I don't want to have to like manually have to do that. If that makes sense. Oh, this is a tricky transition here. Let's see, how do we transition here? Yay, more FPS. Yeah, I know. I mean, it wasn't like it was when Jay sent me the save, looking at the airport like from this angle, kind of, I was getting like 3-4 FPS. After I redid a whole bunch of stuff, it went up to like 5-7 FPS. So, you know, it's not like a huge improvement, but it's pretty decent. Saludos desde Locombia. I'm guessing that's Colombia, but hey, welcome. Hey Strict, love your work. Can the next town you do be based off Savannah, Georgia, or Charleston, South Carolina? No, sorry. I already have the next series sort of planned, and it's not going to be themed off of that. I think Taser is working on a Southeast kind of project. You should maybe check that out. It's mostly based on New Orleans. I know it's not Georgia or South Carolina, but you know, it's definitely closer than Arrowhead Junction was. So maybe you'll find that interesting. I think I need to use the smaller tiles here. All right, that ended up looking better than I thought it would. And can we somehow address this? Just if we nudge it just a little bit. I know it will like mess up everything else that I already added, but maybe somehow we can get this chunk of... Actually, you know what? I need to use this to my advantage. This is when we need to add like damage decals, but we'll get to that later on. Let's just finish the sidewalks because yeah, we just wrapped all around. We just need to convert this chunk right here and we'll be finished. Actually, I kind of want this line to be a bit more straight. So let's see if we can move that there. At least this. So this I want this line to be like parallel to the building as much as I can. See, that looks much better now, in my opinion. Now we can grab this one too in the corner and nudge it in place. There you go, that's much better. So this one's gonna need a little bit more work, but it's all good. I'm probably gonna add a lot of props here to sort of hide the imperfections after the fact. So do not mind that. Just want these to align there. There we go. So it's not perfectly aligned. Well, I mean, it's almost there. It's not too bad. Thank you, Elmechas. Much appreciated. Just hang on, I got a text message from Amazon. Arriving today, your package. Great, thank you. Thought it was important. Okay. By the way, I got a NAS, and I'm still having quite set up. I got a Synology. I know that's not the most fun hardware piece that one can brag about, but I'm pretty excited about it because I'm running out of hard drive space. I'm keeping copies of every video I made. Not the raw footage, that would be crazy. Nor I would have a lot of use for that, but my archives are like, my entire channel is like 2-3 terabytes by now. Can't remember exactly, but more than what I have, which is what matters. Will this mall ever be open or will it always be abandoned? It's partially abandoned. There's still 3 stores open. Actually, more than that. The Best Buy is open. The AMC is open. The DMV is open. The Strictoster Cafe is open. And the McDonald's is open, even though it says it's closed. But it's open in my imagination. Everything else is shut down and closed. And there's going to be a build here that I know exactly what's going to be, but I'm waiting for some assets. I actually need to design some concept art for what's going to be here, and I need to send that to either maybe Biskullhausen or King Leno. I haven't talked to King Leno about that, but I'm sure he'll be stoked on doing something like that here. So maybe in a live stream or the one after, we can tackle this little project. It's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe I can actually do this in a video because it's going to be a smaller one. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Actually, since there's only like 100 of us, I can just tell you're not going to spread throughout the internet what I'm planning on doing. So, okay, what I'm planning on doing here is I want to have a bank, like an abandoned like Chase Bank or Bank of America or something like that. And I want to have fences all around. And I want like either graffiti or some billboards or something that have either like the Bitcoin logo or something like that. Like as if cryptocurrencies put banks out of business, and that will be sort of the hidden joke there. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But there's a twist to that I'm going to keep a secret until we actually pull it off. But just concept-wise, that's what I'm planning there. I wish YouTube was better letting people know live streams were happening. You didn't get notifications of that? I mean, maybe if you have notifications turned off, that would make sense why you weren't notified. You totally should have notifications on. Live streams for other people showed up on my feed like any other channel or any other video they upload in general. I haven't experienced issues of that regard, but I'm not sure if you're watching that on mobile or on desktop or something else. Maybe that's why. Remember when Strict said Merkelma is genuinely going to be a short project? It is a short project. We're almost done. And I mean, it's only been 9 videos so far, plus 2 live streams. I mean, that's short in my book. What's funny is, really what's funny is, and we talked about this in the previous live stream, FPS, if you pay close attention to the intro, it says Flight CS 006. That 006 means that we were planning on getting that done in 6 episodes. Now that's a funny joke, because we're on episode, Flux just finished recording episode 16 like last night. And that's how far in advance we are, and that's not even as far as we were before. This patch doesn't make sense. So yeah, there's still a lot of work to do on that one. Like a lot of work to do. We haven't done long-term parking. We haven't done hotels. We haven't started working on the cargo area. Yeah. Do you have a YouTube play button? I do, and I showed it on a vlog I did like a couple of months ago. It's on my vlogs playlist. It's the 2nd episode. In fact, I think I'm holding it in the thumbnail and everything. You should check it out. I have the old design play button. I think they recently changed it. I've been following some channels that recently got the play button, the silver play button at least, and it looks totally different than the one I got. So I guess I got the older version. Though I think Flux has like an even older one too, with a colored YouTube logo. I have the like white version YouTube logo. I think I want to keep this texture all the way there. In fact, I think I want to, where is it? I want this curve here to be all wrapped in this texture. I think it will match things and make things look a little bit nicer. There we go. That's better. McDonald's is always open. Yeah. I mean, McDonald's is surprisingly a company that tends to adapt a lot, as opposed to, I don't know, like Best Buy, for example. They're always like changing their business model, and I guess it's a little bit harder for them to be run out of business. I mean, there's this like trend of people getting a little bit healthier food, and McDonald's is all up in that too. McCafes like 10 years ago were a big shift in their company strategy. I mean, I don't know anything about like food industry, but I can just see that as a consumer, how much it has changed from what it used to be like when I was a kid. I don't know. And even though I don't go to McDonald's pretty often, I still enjoy it every once in a while. I mean, in a world where there's In-N-Out or maybe even Shake Shack, McDonald's is, I don't know. Last time I actually went to McDonald's in my town is because it was like, I don't know, some holiday, like Memorial Day or something like that, like several years ago, and that was the only thing that was open. Okay, so what the hell do I do here? You know what I can try here? Just to change things a little bit, let's try this design. I want to grab the marble-looking floor and the wooden deck. See if we can somehow integrate this in a decent, cohesive way. Let me get rid of this curve there. We're not gonna need that. Oh, so this is the problem with using Move It to copy things, is that you get the lights back on, which I certainly do not want. But I think there's an easy solution to that. You just simply have to upgrade and downgrade them. There we go, and this one, done. I just got notified just an hour late. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's when you need to follow me on Twitter too, because I tweet about that stuff. Let me bring that closer there. So what I'm thinking is, let's see, how do I want this to work? I want the wooden thing to connect to this building entrance and this to sort of wrap in an L-shaped fashion. But let me just select all these nodes again. I maybe want this marble looking thing. Oh, come on, really? Just sort of meet with the door, just be flushed with the door, something like that. I think that could potentially work. Please don't use that disgusting marble road. Just give me a moment here. Give me a moment here. We might be able to like make this look decent. Like, it's not a bad texture, but I mean, it could be better. Actually, I want this instead. The wooden deck looks great, though. Oh, come on. Oh, it's saving. I hate it when it saves in the middle of like a big important move. Like, check this out. This is not too bad. Well, first let me finish, actually, before I just... Like, I want some variety in the textures. I don't want everything to look... Can I extend this a little bit further in so that it looks nicer that way? Like, I'm not totally opposed to how this looks. Let me finish wrapping this in the corner, and then we'll make a proper assessment on the aesthetics of this. So I think we want this to be right up against that edge, and we're gonna bring that there. Then we can just continue this. I think we're gonna need an extra node here just to wrap this curve. If it wasn't pixelated, it would probably look better, but still, I like it. Actually, the one thing I like is that it looks a little bit pixelated. Like, I think it's... I mean, it's kind of Minecraft-y, I'm not gonna lie, but... Alright, let's just bring this right about there. Yeah, I guess we're gonna need notes here, and then notes there, just to make it really round. That's gonna be tricky. Let's do that. I think I want this node to be there and this node to be right there. Get rid of this, and now we curve things. Let's see, how does that look? You know what? Yeah, not a huge fan. I like the wooden deck. I think I'm gonna keep that, but the marble has to go. It almost looks like a CS:GO Call of Duty weapon skin. I know, right? It actually really does. So yeah, let's do this. I have a better idea actually. This could be like it doesn't have to have sidewalks all around it. It could just be like its own thing that you have to walk through this deck, and it has like trees all around. I think that's probably a better idea. Almost like an art piece of some kind. Come on, stupid nodes. I hate having to switch to this tool. This is why I think it would be really cool to have a mod that would just shrink the selection area for all these elements. Like, this is ridiculous. It doesn't have to be this big. Are you just going to place the decals on the pavement on this stream, or do you plan to do something else today? The decals on the pavement, I'm not sure what that means. What decals and what pavement? I'm just detailing the edge of the mall. I mean, we're literally adding trees and all that stuff in just a second. It's gonna be a long stream, or at least we're gonna be on for another hour and a half. Just so you know. The more we can get done, the better. That's sort of the idea here. Since we're not gonna get use of this, might as well just actually we can get rid of this now. We're not gonna need that much coverage. In fact, we can just simply bring this right up against the edge there. I want smaller tiles. We have everything needs to match. That's why I'm doing this, just so you know. Would you use a marble and oversized fountain in front of the theater? Oversized fountain? No, the front of the theater is pretty much done. I mean, obviously we need to add a few more details and just nudge things in place, like this edge here. But yeah, I'm not planning on changing the textures anymore. Actually, I think this one's could just be located right there in the middle. There we go. It's looking a little bit cleaner. I think we need another like passage here. Probably a little bit shorter. And then we're gonna add some curves, and we're gonna make this all pretty and nice and stuff. If I can somehow select these decals without a lot of interference. Interference, that's the word I'm trying to say. I don't know why I'm trying to optimize decals at this point, but it's good to force yourself to optimize things as you go along, because then you don't even have to think about it. Let me get rid of this real quick. There's going to be some grass kind of growing there, but I mean, that's part of the abandonment aesthetic, you know? Has the prop line tool been updated? It has, thankfully. I tried it already and it works, so look. And now, do we want... let's keep this simple, actually. So let's do that, and let's get rid of this pavement. Fan-freaking-tastic. So now there's going to be some sort of like park entrance here. This is like a service type of sidewalk. Now we can actually have like a nicer park here. I mean, albeit abandoned, but somewhat nicer. I don't know. We'll come back to this. It's not really finished, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Let's actually tackle this because I think this one is a bit more on the finished side of things, at least conceptually. Do you use a traffic mod like Traffic Manager or Traffic++? If so, what is it? Yeah, I'm using TEMP, I think it's the name. Does it have? Yeah, Traffic Manager Prison Edition 1.10.7. That's the one I'm using. But I don't use that all that much, to be honest. I mean, I tweak a few intersections here and there, but for the most part, I really don't do a whole lot. Okay, so here we need to bring this node back a little bit. About that distance. So that we can put the proper decal in place, which is this one. So all the pathways into the mall have the same texture. That's sort of the idea here. The question is, what the hell do we do with some of these things? So in this case, I think I just want to have a connecting path. Let's actually connect it with a wooden street. Like that. It produces some like really interesting textures. This road here, which I kind of approve of. Actually, in this case, I think we might need a bit of a deck outside. In fact, we can add some like tables and stuff. Can I lower this somehow? There we go. Got rid of the thing, and we can continue adding, or I guess removing, the pavement from there. It's actually not too bad. We're gonna have to bring this back now. About that much, because we're gonna need to grab this texture instead and just put it in like so. I can barely grab this note now. There we go. Not too bad. And I think we're gonna need a similar treatment from these two these two guys, just to keep the texture. And in this case, we're just gonna add some cracks, just to bridge that gap. And let's just add a bit more concrete here, just to be able to accommodate the sidewalk, which I think it's a little bit too close to the road. Why won't Flux Transplane be released? Because in the end of FPS, Biscohausen said it wouldn't be released and it would be a different plane. Because I think Biscohausen is redoing the plane. I mean, he already redid the plane. You're going to see them in a couple episodes. But I think it's going to be released as another pack. To be honest, half the time I understand what the release schedule of Jay's assets is. Because he keeps updating them. So I kind of lost track of everything he did so far in that regard. But that's why he's doing like smaller regional jets, if I'm not mistaken. Let's grab this bad boy here. I thought this was going to be a little bit trickier, this part, but kind of worked rather nicely. Bridging this gap is going to be a little bit more complicated, I think. I wish we had like network-based tiles. Well, we kind of do now, actually. I should have tried the DLC ones. Those could have potentially worked. I think I don't know, man. I think they're in the landscaping menu, but I don't want to go there. Maybe pedestrian. Oh, I haven't used this one either. This one looks great. Oh, here it is. These are the new ones. Well, let's just build them here. They have this like nice texture to them. But I think we're good the way we are, and we pretty much completed the whole edge of the mall, which is really exciting. I played this game on a low-end PC. Should I be using dynamic resolution for better quality? I mean, first of all, you need to max out all your graphic settings. If you're not maxing out, if your computer can handle this, dynamic resolution is just going to make everything worse. You're faking screen resolution with dynamic resolution. That's what's happening. So let's say you have a 1080p monitor. With dynamic resolution, you can bring that to 4K without having a 4K. But you need to be able to, your game needs to be running at, or at least needs to be able to handle a 4K resolution. So you can try it. I mean, any of these questions that you have about mods, just try them. And if they don't work, well, they don't work. That's your answer. That's usually the best way to go about everything. Like when I have a lot of save games that I've uploaded to the workshop throughout the years, and I keep getting questions on like, would this work without that one thing? Like, just try it. It will be much faster than waiting for me to answer your question. In general, that's usually a good idea. Why not go into the landscaping menu? Because the landscaping menu has an issue where it takes forever to open. I mean, you can see how long it takes to open and to close. See, it took like, I don't know, 5 seconds. That's a long time. Now I just closed it, and there it goes. It is pretty slow. All right, so let's just add some bollards here. And did we add bollards yet? Anywhere? I guess we have the built-in bollards from Best Buy, which I guess we can't really remove. We don't have it. Oh, we forgot the entrance of this building. Boom, done. AMC doesn't have anything. Miracle Mall, blah blah blah. Okay, so we have these like rounded bollards. So this is going to be our theme. I knew I had some bollards in place. Yeah, we have that. Let's actually get the same distance. Bring them, like for example, here. There we go. Oh, the music has stopped. Let's try a different album. Maybe this one? Ooh, interesting sound. I don't know if this audio is even coming out. Like, I was just re-listening to another live stream the other day that I hosted, and the music is like barely listenable. So hopefully this makes sense. I only want to add bollards on the entrances, not on every like emergency exit. Just so you know, that's sort of the pattern. There we go, and let's just add it to this tiny door here. And here, what about here? Not sure. The lag will go away if you unsubscribe from more beautification you need anymore after the new DLC came out. Really? Okay. Ooh, Neguchi Mariam is here. Hey man, how's it going? Bonjour. Or bonsoir, I think will be more appropriate for you right now. You know, I happened, for everyone else who's watching this, since there's not that many of us, I can share a few things that are coming. I actually met Mr. or Mizuya Neguchi Mariyama in person, and he's going to make a cameo on a video that's coming up very, very soon. And you should definitely go watch his videos, even if you don't speak French. They are that good. You don't need to speak French to understand what he's doing. Dillards is only going to get 3 bollards. Sorry, Dillards. Best Buy already has bollards, so I'm not going to add more. But yeah, that looks pretty decent, if I do say so myself. Next up, let's see. What do we need that could... Actually, I'm not sure about this. I think we could just... Thank you, Neguchi. That's very kind of you. Can you tell me all the mods that you're using? Yes, if you go scroll past this video and you go into the description, there's a whole bunch of links there out that will answer your question much faster than I can. Is there a mod for the little yellow plates that you got at the crosswalks? The little plates that you got at the crosswalks. Little plates. You mean this? These the ones that you're talking about? Oh yeah. Oh, you're saying that you weren't asking which mod that was. You were saying that they would look nice. Yeah, they would. The problem is that the Z index prevents me from. Like, I would love to add these. This would add a lot of detail, but they unfortunately they don't go over other decals, so I'm kind of screwed. Yeah, that's the issue here. And then there's, I mean, I guess I could. Why is Global Asphalt not working? All right, it is working. Because I can technically do. There's not like a minuscule Global Asphalt. I guess this one is kind of tiny. I might be able to do like, I don't know, like raise this up a bit. No, because it will like grab the decal as well. Yeah. Because I was thinking maybe I can put them on top of the probable asphalt, and that would be a way to do it. But yeah. It's unfortunate. That would have looked nice. Yeah, I do agree with that. Okay, let's see. That's this one. I think I want to keep it like that and add some broken stuff. Let's put some fences over some of these doors, shall we? So these doors are no longer open. This is what really sells the deal, or the illusion of this being an abandoned type of build. Oh, come on, let me select the stupid prop. There we go. That's cool. I think we need to also cover the sides here. Actually, you know what? If I just extend this, make it really obvious that's closed. I think that looks a little bit better. This is like the least active part of them all, so I want to keep this one particularly more abandoned looking. There we go. Oh, that's looking nice. Do you like the music? The music is very, what's this album called? Disco Through the Ages. I like disco music. It's kind of interesting. Before I continue, I need to use Les Toilettes for just like a second. Hopefully I would have allowed you to see the simulation happening, but I guess I can start the simulation. So give me just literally 30 seconds and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, whether you like it or not. Maybe some graffiti on the walls. Yeah, I have some graffiti assets actually. You know what? I was hoping to use some of those graffitis on these walls, but the problem is that they're really small. But I do want to include them somewhere. I guess I can use them anyways. Come on. Like something like that could work. We'll add some graffitis. Trust me, I'm really into this idea. Okay, let's just leave that one there. What else? Hope you wash your hands. I have. Thank you for mentioning that. It's been more than 30 seconds. Well, I'm sorry. This is a problem that can easily be fixed by overlappage, which is an ancient technique of overlapping things over others. It comes from the Latin overlapus. See, you learn things on these streams. Let me grab this fence. There we go, and I think we just need to grab... I just noticed that the CJ Nickel letter is like on the floor, sunk there. That's awesome. Maybe fence off the cargo doors. I mean, they're closed. What I'm trying to fence off is stuff with glass. But I am going to add some like debris and garbage around here. Actually, we could maybe board some of these up. I have, instead of adding a fence here, I added these like wooden thingies. Like wooden planks, I think. Not that one. Maybe this one. So maybe they would look boarded up a little bit. I don't know how this would look. By the way, another cool thing about Move It now is that it does... like when you right click and rotate it, it just stays in place, which is way better than just being able to rotate and move the thing at the same time. So you can align things with much more precision. I don't think this one is gonna look great, just so you know. Come on, let me select the thing. Oh, this can't be raised. Yeah, no, never mind then. Let me finish adding fences and then we'll figure out more details We're gonna take this one step at a time. Just give me a moment here. We're gonna get this all looking nice and abandoned, as it should. Is this the right one? No, that's not the right one. This is the right one. This one we can actually fence it at the wooden deck level. Yeah, they don't have to all look the same, just so you know. I'm trying to like mix them up a bit so that they are a little bit different and not too repetitive. So we can do something like this here. Like this one's, maybe we can somehow raise them up. I think that actually looks much nicer. So we can like maybe clip this two together. That would make it even more realistic, in my opinion. So, and we can do the same over here. Actually, I could just get rid of this too. This is some interesting music all of a sudden. I don't know how disco this is, but fence is falling down. The thing is, I could, but I don't have any. I have Ronix fence, but I'm not using that one, and I tend to not use it. Wow, this is new. These were not available. Q fence? Are these just props? Yeah, these are props. Interesting. I wish these were networked. So I have this Ronix broken fence. The problem is that they... I avoid using this set because it just looks like... You can't even see it when you zoom out just a little bit. But I guess I could just set one on the floor or something. Hey, I'm not so sure about this music, man. Let's just skip the next one. Let's try that. Will Mexico pay for the fence? No, Americans with tax money will pay for the fence. So we will pay the fence. Maybe some tire marks on the cargo doors. Yeah. We'll get to that. Just give me a moment here, guys. We're gonna get to all those details. We still need to fence a whole bunch of other doors. It's actually not too bad. Kind of liking it. Man, they really got... I bet they bought these in bulk just to get a discount or something, because there's a lot of fencing going on around here. The parking lot needs debris and garbage in it too. Yeah. I mean, look, this one is like more used than the other parking lots, and it has a ton of cracks and grass kind of growing within. We're gonna add that treatment to pretty much most of the mall. So just we're getting there. I only have 2 hands and a really laggy game, so I can only do 2 things at a time. They're still active stores, so there is at least some maintenance, but probably not enough for repaving. But I would imagine they could at least mow the lawns and pick up the trash. Yeah, but I'm thinking that would only take place on like the areas that are visible to the public. So from like this whole area, like basically half of the mall towards the freeway is, or towards this avenue is where they would do most of the maintenance. These back corners are certainly less maintained. Like, so for example, these roads, actually one thing I wanted to do is just shut down the roads here so that cars can't get to these places, and maybe that should be the next thing I should do. Something like that. Actually, I think we could add another Jersey barrier here to the equation. We don't need this sign here nor here. It's pretty obvious that you need to go on the other. And I already set up a barrier like this here, so let's grab it with everything, including the little tufts. That's nice. I like that. That aesthetic. Maybe fence off the fence with a fence created by a llama. All right, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of doing immediately after this. What I also want to fence off is pedestrian access, just a little bit. So if I can grab this fence, maybe I can just set up like a nice fence here. Actually, just put it. This should be connected between one another, I think. And maybe closer to the wall, that way we can fit more. I have a trick for this. There we go. Now we can zoom in closer and see what we're doing. This is the kind of thing an insane person would do. In other words, yours truly. Fortunately, I can't lower the grass towards the road. I think there's a mod that allows you to do that, but I don't have it. I mean, I know there's gaps here, by the way. It's just like to tell people, hey, like you're really not supposed to be back here, even though you can easily either jump them or go around them. It's more to scare people off. Not scare, but like keep people away. Not that will keep people really away. Like, I guess Dan Bell doing his Dat Mall series, he would easily go over these, I'm guessing. But and by the way, I mentioned this on episode 1, but that's where sort of the inspiration for this series came. So if you haven't seen, he posted like a really good episode just a couple weeks ago on some mall two malls actually, one in Florida and one in Pennsylvania, that you should maybe check out. This crack decal is really big and it's starting to annoy me. Something like that. They're all kind of like not perfectly aligned. That's sort of the idea here. No, that's not what I wanted. That's also not what I wanted. Where are the cracks? There we go. I mean, that's nice. I mean, it's awful, but it's nice on its awfulness. MC owner, go to strictoaster.com and you'll find my PC specs there. And I just spit all over my microphone. Thank you for the pop filter. Trash bins and bike storage sheds would be choices for homeless, but they probably prefer breaking into the mall. I mean, I'm sure they still have security in the mall, because it's still active. Actually, talking about this being active, I should probably add a few cars as well. But before I do that, I want to connect more of these areas here. So something along these lines. You can usually have them at an angle so that they're not like perfectly aligned with the door. In this case they are because of reasons. Speaking of badly maintained buildings, I did actually come across a 19th century train station that had a small birch tree growing up in the roof. Nice. I love, there's just something about like abandoned buildings that seems to draw people's attention, mine included. I don't know, it's just something like, it almost as if it triggers some sort of reaction. These are props, right? Yeah. Let's add some concrete curves in here. Start landscaping. And I opened this stupid menu. Stupid landscaping menu. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get rid of more beautification as soon as possible. Skip that song. Yes. Wow, this music is not. Play some Interama music, I guess. I wish things wouldn't snap so much to other things. Is that an interesting shape over there? Come on. Also, I noticed that the Find It mod, there's like a thing that blocks the button. Hey, use that song for the thing. Yeah, this is an Interama song. I guess I've been doing a similar theme on my series lately. Is that nostalgia factor? I've been actually hearing or listening this song on other people's series too, I guess. Every song in the Epidemic library is going to be heavily used one way or another. I just hope that they keep adding new music faster than people keep overusing them. because I already had this issue where I picked the song that I picked for the Gramercy episodes that I did as a guest, because I couldn't use the actual theme for Gramercy for copyright reasons. I ended up using a song from Epidemic that turns out was part of the Monaco project from Puck Gaming. So sorry, I didn't realize that at the moment. It's like the Kevin MacLeod from like a couple years ago. That guy like made songs that everyone used, or what's the other guy that was like so heavily used, and of course I used that guy's songs more than once too, like Josh Woodward or something like that. Hey, I'm not a huge fan of this. Let's get rid of that. There we go. All right, now the fun part begins, getting all these notes to be lowered down. On the bright side, we now have the align heights option in Move It, which is great. But I think I have to use this type of selection. Thing is, I think these should be a little bit lower than the rest, so I could just do that. There we go. It's actually not too bad. Kind of digging it. Here though, they should probably maybe meet at the seam. Like something like that. Oh, except it's now all covered in decals. No, never mind. Changed my mind. All right. Let's see. How's everyone's weekend going? Do you have any fun plans other than just watching some random dude on the internet detail like an abandoned mall? Hope you do. I mean, not that this is not fun. At least it is for me, but... Oh, actually, should have not deleted that node. Studying for my finals. Oh man, I'm sorry. You know, that's the one thing that I like of being an adult, like not having to be tested for anything else ever in my life, even though there's going to be always, like the last test I had to do was like a driver's license, like renewal, which I talked about in one of the Miracle Miles episodes. Like moving into California, I had to take that again, even though I knew how to drive and everything. But man, I really, really dislike being tested for knowledge. I like my results to speak for themselves. And that's why I can never go to like a regular educational setting thing, unless, you know, there's some opportunity that is like, you know, impossible to miss. But I really hope that I'll never have to sit on a test environment ever in my life. I like watching random dudes. Wait, that sounded wrong. You know what I mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Actually, I should have said that with a more of a crazy voice here. Let's.
With this kind of voice. I never get to use
these filters on my mixer. They sound
pretty good.
If I do say so myself. But I can also tweak them to sound like this. Suddenly everyone who's watching this like, what the hell just happened there? That's the cool thing about it. Just everyone being like super weirded out by that. And now I'm seeing the reaction in the chat. That's awesome. Did I mention how much I love these concrete things? I don't think I mentioned that enough. Is this Lost Gecko? Yes, I remember now. Thank you. I don't know if you're watching this, Lost Gecko, but man, good job, man. I can actually just match the height of this. Do not do that again. I promise I won't do that again on this live stream. This is how I get my CD's fix. My PC died. Oh man, I'm sorry. How? Just tell me more. Why? How come your PC died? Like I never had a PC like totally die. Unless I don't know, like you had a leak in your ceiling and now it's covered in water. Now you know what to do for your Halloween episode where you make a haunted fall town. I guess I can make a haunted mall. That wouldn't be totally crazy now. Please stop snapping to things. Oh god. Okay. Might be easier if I just build the shape out here. So we need this. We need that, we need this, we need that, and we need that. These are all the nodes that we need. So check this out. We're gonna move them one by one. We're gonna extend this up to about there. We're gonna grab the second node. If I can. This is what I was saying before, the new move it box selection thing, it's really tricking you into thinking you actually have the node when you totally don't. Or whatever item you're trying to select. No, that's not the one. Stop it. Oh, I need an extra node. That's okay. Just to get the curve right, that's why. Sometimes PC parts just give up. The soldering fails or the capacitor blows or something. Is that what actually happened? I was moving. Oh, okay, that was the wrong person. I was moving and left it in my car. I guess the heat killed it since I live in the desert. Oh wow, that's crazy. I can understand a computer dying from that. I think I need an extra node for the other curve. There we go. This is like very inefficient way of doing it, but I feel like it's faster than just trying to deal with all the crazy snapping that's happening on that tiny little area. So at least I have all my nodes in place now. I can just nudge them in place really easily. The other thing about Move It is that you used to be able to right-click to exit selection mode, and now sometimes it stays forever until you exit Move It completely. Like right now, I'm right-clicking and nothing is happening. It's kind of inconsistent. I'm not complaining, but it's like makes you a little bit stressed out. Though it would make me much more stressed out if I had to do everything without Move It. So you know, there's that as well. There we go. One more to go. That's how my laptop failed to charge since the connection melted off. Wow. I mean, that's really bad, especially on a laptop, because on a PC, I guess you can just swap a component and for the most part, maybe be able to work it out. But on a laptop, especially if it's a MacBook or something like that, that's sort of the end of it. And depending on how old the laptop is, I guess at that point, might not even be worth it to deal with it. I really wish that I wouldn't have to put the nodes that far away. Let's see, what if I could just do them one at a time, maybe? I hate this like distance too short bug. I wish Anarchy would like get rid of that too. Because no distance is too short. Ever. Sure, whatever, snap to that thing. My worry is that it will try to connect to that, but I guess there are different types of networks. So I don't know, first of all, why they're snapping with one another. For some reason, I can't move things up and down and move it. Well, some things you can't move up and down. Like trees, for example, you need a special mod to be able to move them up and down. There's certain props that you can't move up and down either, but buildings, for the most part, you can. Networks, you pretty much can move, I would say, all of them. Just open the box with the arrow pointing down when you mean the snapping thing? But I specifically don't want this. Like, this is the opposite of what I want. Oh, I guess I can just like turn this off. I don't want to snap to absolutely anything. Yet it's still like snapping to things. You see, look, it's totally snapping to things. And I'm controlling that with like Control A. You see, I want this to be like freeform, but even that snaps. So just have so many problems, man. Then can do Control S. Let me see. Yeah, sorry. Control S is what I was doing before. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is a little bit better. You're not wrong about that. So I guess I need to like manually turn those off. Interesting. Thank you, by the way, David from the DVI channel. What's a DVI channel? Is that a channel that talks about like the DVI type connectors? I'm not making a joke, by the way. I'm like legitimately asking. I know there's like a thing for everyone on YouTube. Let's just select all these nodes. I think the music is over again. Let's switch back to Chill Hop. Because that way I don't have to change the music every 2 seconds. Something hopefully a little bit more upbeat would be preferable. All right. So these two nodes at the front. Come on. There we go. Just try to get them as close to the decals as possible without getting the weird visual sort of glitch. So I think these need to be a little bit lower like that. There we go. All right, we have our curved path here. Actually, we need 2 more nodes, or at least 1 more node here. Let's see if we can easily do that. Sure, connect there, I don't care. My channel was not about DVI, that's just a name. I mostly do 3D modeling and live streams on a Mixer. Toothless, the DVI channel of Toothless from How Do You Train Your Dragon. Interesting. Yeah, I don't mind the self-promo, that's fine. I asked, I guess. I really can't complain about self-promotion. I can't move roads up or down. So what are you doing? I mean, are you like selecting the node and like trying page up and page down, and that's not working? There must be another mod that you're missing, but I think Move It on its own will do that for you. Maybe Find Road Tools, I think it's the mod, or Find Road Height. They're all from Samsung, so as far as I can tell, or as far as I remember, actually. Okay, so this looks good. Let's just try a little bit of landscaping here, and this will serve as the base for some other areas. So I definitely want this to be a little bit overgrown. So I'm gonna start by adding clusters of this dry grass. Maybe a little bit of this super tall grass that's actually alive. I would love this Indian grass a little bit. That's not the one. This is the one. I love these totally dead trees. I want to put them here. Wow, that's a big one, but it's fine. Do I want to separate them a bit because I don't want them to like sort of block the entrance. I mean, the trees existed before the mall was abandoned, so I'm sure someone tried to plant them in an efficient way, like for example in a row like this. Like this one would never be covering the sign, I don't think, but maybe it would be tucked in on the corner. That actually does make more sense. Oh yeah, someone is saying try rebinding the hotkeys in the settings menu. That could be it. Maybe there's some other app that's running in the background. I never thought of that, but actually that makes some sense. If this was a well-known issue, I think, well, it would have been a well-known issue. I want some of the leafy stuff from Mr. Pedelmo. Maybe a row of bushes down here. Just want to keep it relatively simple here. I do want to hide this curve edge. There's some more grass clusters that I want to use. This one in particular. I think I can just add some concrete here to get rid of some of those. That's looking good. I'm not unhappy about that. When are you going to do the rooftops? I already kind of did the rooftops, at least on this area. I added some vents and some docks. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here, but I do want to come back to the rooftops a little bit, I think. Probably not on this live stream. Actually, I'm probably going to be finishing like within 30 minutes or so. In fact, I actually have to, I just remember that I have to text my wife to bring food. Just give me a second here, because otherwise I'm going to starve to death, and she's going to starve to death, and then I'll have to deal with that. And I don't want to. There we go. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish with some of this landscaping that I'm doing here, and maybe on other parts too, and then the rest will happen on a future live stream or episode, depending on what I ended up having time to do. I think that looks about right. Again, I don't really want to overdo it. Oh, you know what I want to add just throughout most places? These guys, the shopping carts. I want to have like an assortment of shopping carts just in there. Seems like you find these in these kinds of places pretty often. Where is this? Stop snapping to things. Oh, there's a Target one. Interesting. I like that one too. Yeah, let's add a few of those. And we're gonna need. Oh yes, this is what I was looking for. Some like debris. Just kind of messy there. Not super, not a lot. Just like very subtle. I mean, I'm adding a lot of trash, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to go too crazy with all these stuff. Stop snapping, please. There we go. Is this snapping? It is still snapping, even though I'm doing Control S. Yeah, sometimes it's not like perfect the way it works. Do I have better dumpsters? How come I don't have any dumpsters? Ben... I should probably put one of these down somewhere. I said about doing something electrical here, so I guess this is where we'll have some of these generators. And I want them to have a different type of fence. Just so that they look a little bit different. No, that wouldn't make sense. This would, though. Let's see. Let's look for rubble. No. Destroyed. There's one particular. There. This is what I was looking for. Just want to add like a floor here of. Actually, I might be able to just copy and erase it. No, that's not the one. Let's just put it here instead. There we go. Just want to have a floor of like rocks and pebbles. These places usually have that texture. I mean, I'm probably like going a little bit overkill here, but it's fine. It is fine. I don't think vegetation would avoid footpaths and roads like that. You're right. I think it needs to be a little bit overgrown on the path itself. You're not wrong about that. Let's see if we can improve that real quickly. I do. I mean, obviously, I want to keep the path somewhat clear, but you're right. It could be a little bit more overgrown, especially around the corners. So something like that, and then we can grab. Will these translate here? Yes. So this is what I'm thinking. Check this out. How these look here. Yeah, these are perfect here. So around the edges where there's a lot of grass and debris, I want to add a few of these so that it looks a little bit broken. Even though this is concrete, I know, and this is wood, but still, I think it kind of works. I don't want to overdo it, but so something like that. And then we grab these guys, and if somehow I can get them to sort of grow between the cracks. Now that looks a little bit better. I wish this were tall enough that it would clip through the thing. They don't, unfortunately. And I don't have the mod to like raise them up. Oh, I can do this. This works. Kind of like growing between the cracks of the... I mean, think of this as it has been recently being abandoned. So it's not like totally overtaken by nature, just slightly. Mask Bandit, hey! First time catching a stream, enjoying this project. Thank you so much, man. Welcome. You might be able to... I mean, you will be able to rewind this whole stream and watch it after it's finished, which will probably take place within the next 20 minutes. Try to cover that there. Wait, let me finish the thing that I started working on. Jesus, getting distracted all the time. I think it's, can I grab one of these fences, pretty please? Thank you. No. There we go. So something like that. I kind of want to add one of these. I mean, obviously we're going to add another one that goes all the way to the floor level. There we go. It's not too bad. We should probably raise these two. Or at least this big one. So there's a little bit of a texture around it. Do I have a generator asset of some kind? Generator, because I can know how to spell. Okay, we don't. That's fine. This is looking good. I'm so excited about this. You know what we need here? We need some yellow decals. Oh, we do have the network decals there. And of course, you never want these decals to be just like that. You want to lower them down a little bit so that, using page down in this case, so that they sort of blend in better with the geography, especially this that have potentially been long abandoned. Can't believe you're still streaming. Why not? I don't know. How long have I been streaming for? 3 hours? That's nothing. Tire marks. We can add a few of these here. Just a whole bunch of these. Nice. Oh, I opened up that menu. Crap. Go away. Let's see. What else should we do? I mean, of course, I need to add more foliage around the whole perimeter of this thing. But is there anything in particular that you would like to see? Like, would this fit nicely here? Like if I add one there and another one there. That looks a little bit too perfect. Like too stage. Maybe a dead one. Like maybe something like that? I don't know. Flowers. You want to see flowers? I can offer you this, like somewhat overgrown, flowery type bushes, but I don't want to have like a lush garden necessarily. I mean, I guess I added some flowers here. They're kind of wild. You know what? Let's just add a few. Why not? You said flowers? You got flowers. I love these flowers because they look like wild vines. Just actually that'd be a cool idea, having some vines just growing on the wall. Let's add some transition flowers here. Actually, we should probably add a few more here because if they're here, they need to be somewhere around here. There we go. I don't really want to overdo it, but that looks good enough. Maybe one of these dead trees. Well, yeah, it wouldn't make sense to have it right by the logo, but maybe right here in the corner, it might. Come on, I want to get that leafy green. There we go. Bushes on top of the mall. I don't think I can, though. I don't have the mod to raise stuff up. Just 1 second. And also, like, I don't know if I want to have a lot of stuff on the roof. I might add a few more, like, AC equipment and maybe, like, a little bit of a hint of a vine sort of kind of growing where it's not really supposed to. But I don't want to go too crazy, if that makes any sense. That's actually not too bad. Like, this would set sort of the theme for the rest. I'm not opposed to this look. Let's see what we have in terms of vines. And I think we might need to use some of the vanilla ones from the Green Cities DLC, which Is it called vegetation? Look, they're not bad. They're actually really cool looking ones. The problem is that they behave like props and not like check this out. The problem is that they are a little bit too well, first of all, I can't even see them. That's probably not a good idea. Let's zoom in. I wish that they would look a little bit more wild. Like something that would potentially grow between the letters, you know? The cars at the active stores. Yeah. We need to add those too. Something like that. It looks like a beard on the E of CJ Nickel. I'll come back to this. I'm not sure I love how this looks. I think there's better Vine assets now in the workshop, so maybe you should check for that. As far as cars near the stores go, I mean, look, I need to add a lot of trees here too, but let's just add a few cars. Why not? Oh, we have a food truck to use here. That's kind of nice. I love this set of cars here. The only issue is that every once in a while you get like ridiculous colors that I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. Well, so far cars have been spawning in decent color schemes, but sometimes you get crazy colors that are not very realistic, and that kind of makes me not want to use this set anymore. But it has a ton of variety. Like, I mean, this one will be borderline acceptable, but there's very few cars out on the road that look like this. So usually what I do is just put down a whole bunch just to get the variety that I need. In this case, I want to mix them up a bit. We can even have a enterprise truck. Why not? Someone is buying a big... Actually, you know what? I could just have this enterprise truck just sitting here on the entrance. Someone just bought like a big home theater or like some big appliance, and now they need to carry it, and it's better to just rent a truck than to like put in your car. Like this blue I would accept, but that I would say that's about it. So I definitely want to mix them up as much as I can. I don't want another red one. This creamy color, like, I'll use it, but it doesn't look amazing. Lucas says, I made some Miracle billboards for Springwood, and that Evan actually made them assets so you can pub them as Miracle Bowl. Yeah, I don't know if I want billboards, to be honest. I appreciate the effort, but yeah, I don't think I want to add billboards to the build, especially because, I mean, I might want to add graffiti and just the signs with the logo, but even those are going to be kind of falling apart. So yeah, I don't know if I want to add specific billboards. Sorry. There's a lot of red cars in here. I'm not a huge fan. Like, this color doesn't make any sense. I know there's like a couple models that do have that color, but I don't know. Really? Does it only come in these two colors? Yeah, I guess it's like a creamy one. Sure. It's going to be parked in reverse. Yeah, this it's like glowing red. Do a homeless shelter. What would a homeless shelter have? And why would it be on a mall? Like, I mean, it needs to be something that can be seen from afar, right? It has to make some sort of sense when you look at it from above. There's a million things that could happen indoors, but, you know, I can't really detail that. All right, so we're going to add this SUV here with, like, freaking... They painted all of the... Well, it has a Florida license plate. Cool. They painted all the windows for some reason. I don't know. All right, so now what we need to do is grab all of these cars and make sure that they are touching the ground. So about there, it's okay. There we go, just a cluster of cars at the Best Buy. Nothing too crazy. Maybe you should have splashed a few cars over here, but I want to first tackle this build before I go any further in this area. This looks good. I guess we can just, you know what we can do? We can copy and paste some of these and some of the others just to make things up and have them in front of the AMC. Just like that. Now we have green cars. Great. Just what I wanted. I don't know how many people are watching a movie at, like, what time is it? 9, 10 a.m. I mean, I would totally go to... I've been to a theater in, like, at 9 a.m. before, so it's not like... I've never done that, but... So here we want cars to start spreading out a little bit more. So they shouldn't be, like, too close to one another. If you're looking for suggestions, one of the parking lots could be a weekend market. Someone suggested a while back. I really don't want these green cars. Someone suggested a while back that I should do like a car meet in one of the corners. Yeah, I guess I could add some tents and do like a farmer's market kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I don't know if I'll do that right now. I kind of want to finish other things first, and then once I know the scope of everything, I guess I'll tackle a thing like that. But yeah, it's not a bad idea, actually. I'm digging it. Guess we'd probably use the empty lots for doing donuts. Yes, actually, I think I have... there's a decal that we have. One of the first big ones, actually, from Ronix that has... If I know how to spell Ronix. That has, yeah, the skid marks. Well, I know there's another one that has like a round... where is it? Well, I can't find it. I know there's one, I think, oh yeah, this one with a circle there. I guess I can put a whole bunch here. Actually, this right here, they wouldn't make sense because you wouldn't drive on the thing. You would destroy your car if you did that, so. But let's see where I can fit, indeed, one of those. Because, I mean, the donut itself needs to be far away from the curves, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. I think I can do this here. Check this out. Instead of... Because I want to double the decals on the donut part of things, but I don't have to double the rest. I can just rotate them like this. So everything else looks not super dark, but the donut part does. There you go. That's actually not too bad. And then we can add a few more of these to really accentuate the donuts. Something like that. That actually looks awesome. Are you gonna have a Traveler's Caravan Park in one end? No, I don't think I want to do that. It's not a bad idea though, but I think I would have to retrofit a whole bunch to do that. And like all of these like mini builds, they would take like 1 episode each, so I would never actually finish this if I did that. I think we need some people parked at the handicap spot. I think that would make things look a bit more realistic. I wouldn't mind having some trucks just parked on, just occupying a whole bunch of spaces, like 2 spaces or something like that. Maybe cargo trucks of some kind. I guess I can just put a few back here as well. Why not? Especially here, since we don't have any curbs. Like some sort of delivery people, or they're just trying to move or sell stuff. Let me reverse one of these so that they don't look totally perfect. In my mind, they're just like moving stuff out or selling, you know, the old shelves and stuff like that. I'm so fluent with my vocabulary in general, like stuff like that, moving things and stuff and other stuff and things. This steel look a little bit too perfect. Let's fix that. So maybe something like that. Like this guy is like, screw that 45-degree angle. I'm just gonna park like this. Have all the space in the world. Let me just save the game just to be safe here. There we go. I think that's it for this live stream. I gotta go do a few more things and eat as well. But this was certainly fun. I'm gonna try to fix this this issue with the simulation. I don't know what mod is causing that, but hopefully that's not a big deal. And if not, I will redo all of this from scratch, pretty much following the same design. I don't think I will change it because I'm pretty happy with how everything looks. I do appreciate everyone who joined in during this live stream. Thank you so much for your attention. And hopefully the next weekend I can do another one of these live streams and show you how this all works out, and we can continue moving forward with more detailing and getting Miracle Mile completed. If you're new to the channel and haven't already, please consider subscribing and also enabling notifications. That way you're notified when I actually do stream. And if you enjoy this this live stream, also please consider giving this video a like. All of this will be available for later rewatch on YouTube. It may take a few minutes or a couple hours for YouTube to process this, but you're gonna be able to do that. But that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next one.